feel that. Before we speak of planets, before we speak of signs or timelines, I need you to feel that heat behind your sternum. It is not heartburn. It is not anxiety, not in the way the modern world defines it. It is a low, persistent warmth, a pilot light that has been flickering for weeks and in the last few days has begun to roar. You feel it when you are quiet, just before sleep. You feel it in the car when the music is off. A pressure building, an insistent heat that seems to want to melt the cage of your own ribs. This is not a malfunction. This is a signal. This is the first evidence that something ancient and deeply alchemical has already begun its work inside of you. This is the heat of a forge. What you are feeling is the consequence of a cosmic event that happens only under the rarest of conditions, in the deepest waters of the celestial ocean. Within the next 72 hours, the warrior planet Mars, the blade of our will, the engine of our desire, conjoins the messenger planet Mercury, the god of thought, language, and contracts. And this meeting, this collision, does not happen in a neutral sky. It happens in Pisces, the last sign. The realm of dissolution, of dreams, of what is felt but not seen, the collective unconscious, the final ocean where all rivers meet. Imagine pouring fire into water, not a drop, but a river of fire into an endless ocean. The result is not extinguishment. It is steam, a vast, obscuring, revealing cloud of steam. And this steam is a truth that has been submerged in the waters of your own heart for months, for years, perhaps for a lifetime. A truth you have managed to keep cool, to keep quiet, to keep deep. But Mars is the principle of heat and action. Mercury is the principle of naming, and together, in Pisces, they are forcing a boiling point. They are creating a truth that can no longer remain liquid and hidden. It must become vapor. It must rise. It must be seen. It must be spoken. This is not a gentle revelation whispered on the breeze. The energy of Mars is sharp, decisive, and impatient. When it touches the sacred contracts and silent agreements governed by Mercury, it does not suggest a revision. It demands a verdict. And because this is happening in Pisces, the verdict is not about logic or practicality. It is about soul. It is about the unnamed ache you carry. It is about the quiet, persistent voice that has been whispering to you in the dark for so long. This is not it. This is not the truth. This is not your life. That voice is no longer whispering. It is about to scream. And you did not come here by accident. You were guided here by that very heat in your chest, because a part of you knows the eruption is imminent, and you are seeking language for the explosion. Stay with me. I will give you that language. I will walk you through the heart of the forge. To understand the weight of this moment, you must understand the mythic figures at play. They are not simply planets. They are archetypes living inside of you. Mars, called Ares by the Hellenes, was not just a god of war. That is a brutal oversimplification. He was the god of courage, of the force that drives the blood through the veins, the raw, untamed assertion of existence. He is the part of you that says, I am. He is the nerve to begin, the strength to endure, the fire that protects a boundary. For so long, perhaps, your Mars has been swimming in the watery, boundless realm of Pisces, its fire diffused, its direction uncertain. It has felt less like a sword and more like a pervasive warmth, a longing without a target. You have felt the drive, but not the direction. You have felt the anger, but not the object. You have felt the desire, but not the permission. Now enters Mercury, or Hermes, the psychopomp, the guide of souls, the one who walks between worlds, between the conscious and the unconscious, the living and the dead. Mercury is your mind, your perception, the way you build your world with words. He is the contract you signed with yourself about who you are. In Pisces, Mercury is poetic, intuitive, fluid. He speaks in dreams, in symbols, in the lyrics of a song that come on the radio at the exact right moment. But he can also be deceptive in these waters, blurring the lines between intuition and illusion, between profound empathy and self-abandonment. For weeks, these two forces have been moving toward each other in your deepest inner ocean. The warrior and the messenger, the impulse and the word, the courage and the thought. And now they meet. This is the moment a blacksmith, after heating a blade to an impossible glowing white, finally plunges it into the quenching barrel. There is a sound, a violent hiss, a scream of steam. That is the sound in your soul right now. It is the sound of your raw, fiery truth, Mars, being articulated, Mercury, and hitting the vast, emotional, spiritual reality of your life, Pisces. The shock of it is immense. The tempering process is what gives a blade its strength, its resilience, its ability to hold an edge. But it is also the most dangerous moment in the creation of the sword. Plunge it too soon, and it shatters. Plunge it too late, and it remains soft, useless. The timing must be perfect. Your arrival here confirms the timing is perfect. This celestial event is an act of sacred blacksmithing upon your soul. The universe is handing you a sword that has been forged in your own inner fire and quenched in your own deepest emotional waters. And the truth that is emerging, the explosive truth the title of this message names, is the inscription that is revealed on the blade only after it has cooled. It is a name, a decision, a boundary, a departure, a beginning. It is the one truth that, once spoken, will redefine the shape of your life. This energy will land with particular force for 3 signs, but I need every single person here to understand that if you have water or mutable signs prominent in your chart, if you have planets at the late degrees of any sign, this is speaking directly to you. The sky belongs to everyone. The forge is open to all. For those with the sun, moon, or ascendant in Pisces, this is happening in your house of self. The forge is your own body. The sword being tempered is your very identity. You have been living in a state of sacred dissolution for so long, empathically merging with the needs and dreams of others until the edges of your own being have become blurred. You are the ocean, and you have allowed so many rivers to flow into you that you have forgotten the taste of your own water. This conjunction is a boiling point in your own blood. Mars is demanding you reclaim your sacred I am. Mercury is delivering the message, not from an outside source, but from the forgotten depths of your own soul. The explosive truth for you, Pisces, is the raw, unapologetic declaration of who you are, what you need, and what you will no longer dissolve yourself for. It will feel like a betrayal to the roles you have played. It will feel selfish. It is not. It is survival. It is the remembering of your own divine spine. The heat in your chest is the fire of your own life force, asking to be given a direction that is purely your own. For Gemini, this is happening at the very top of your chart, in your house of legacy, career, and public self. You, ruled by Mercury, are a master of words, of adaptation, of holding multiple truths at once. You can see every side of an issue, which is a gift, but it can also become a cage. You have been building a public or professional identity that is brilliant, adaptable, and perhaps profoundly misaligned with the truth of your heart. Mars in Pisces has been creating a secret, deep dissatisfaction with the very structure you have built. A longing for something with more soul, more meaning, less performance. Now, as your ruler Mercury meets this warrior god, the message is being delivered to your conscious mind with undeniable force. The explosive truth for you, Gemini, is that the ladder you have been climbing is leaning against the wrong wall. The performance is over. The truth of what you are meant to offer the world, not what you thought the world wanted from you, is erupting. This may manifest as a sudden urge to quit a job, to change your entire career path, to speak a truth to a boss or to the world that shatters the persona you have so carefully constructed. Do not be afraid. The collapse of the false structure is the necessary clearing for the sacred work to begin. And for Virgo, our third sign, this is happening in your house of relationships, of contracts, of the sacred other. You, also ruled by Mercury, seek to ground the ideal in the real. You are the healer, the helper, the one who brings order to chaos. You have poured so much of your energy into perfecting, healing, and holding a relationship, a partnership, a contract with another. You have analyzed it, tried to fix it, given it everything you have. Mars in Pisces has been dissolving the foundations of this connection from beneath, showing you the places where your service has become self-sacrifice, where your help has become a hindrance to your own soul's evolution. Now, Mercury arrives to name what you have been feeling for months. The explosive truth for you, Virgo, is about a relationship. It is the realization that a contract is complete, that a connection has reached its natural end. Or, for some, it is the realization that the current dynamic must die for a truer one to be born. This is the truth that you have been avoiding because you do not want to cause pain, you do not want to create chaos. But the steam is rising. The truth is that the dynamic, in its current form, is a cage for you both. The most loving act now is the courageous clean cut. It is the naming of the end, or the naming of the radical new beginning that can only come after a form of death. For everyone else listening, look to the house Pisces governs in your own chart. That is the domain of your life where the forge is burning. The house of home and family. A truth about your roots is emerging. The house of creativity and children. A truth about what you are truly meant to create is demanding to be born. The house of secrets and self-undoing. The deepest reckoning of all is upon you. The energy is universal. The location of the forge is personal. Let us go deeper into the forge. The ancient Vedic seers knew of this combination. They spoke of Agni, the god of fire, hiding from the other gods in the cosmic waters. They needed his fire for the sacrifices, for life itself, but he had hidden himself away. They sent messengers to coax him out, but only one succeeded. This story is a perfect map for this moment. Your fire, your courage, your sacred yes to your own life, Agni, or Mars, has been hiding in the vast, confusing, sometimes overwhelming waters of your emotional and spiritual body, Pisces. You have felt it, but you have not been able to access it. It has been diffuse, latent. Now, the mind, the divine messenger, Mercury, has been sent into those same waters not to coax it, but to collide with it. This collision is an act of grace. You must understand this. The discomfort, the heat, the pressure you are feeling is not a punishment. It is not a sign you have done something wrong. The reversal statement is this. The tension you feel is not a sign of your resistance. It is the evidence of your readiness. You would not feel the pressure of the steam if the water of your soul and the fire of your will were not finally meeting. You have been calling this in. Every time you have felt that quiet ache, every time you have looked in the mirror and felt the dissonance, every time you have whispered to yourself in the dark, there must be more than this. You are adding heat to the forge. You are preparing the metal. And now, the moment of tempering is here. The next 72 hours are the critical window. This is the time when the blade is plunged, the truth is revealed. And what you do in this window determines the quality of the sword you will carry out of this fire. Will it be strong, true, and resilient? Or will it shatter from the shock? The danger of this transit, the reason the ancients spoke of it with such reverence and caution, is the nature of the steam. Steam obscures. It can scald. When a truth boils up from the subconscious, Pisces, with the force of Mars and the speed of Mercury, the initial impulse can be to act rashly, to speak with fire that is not tempered by wisdom, to burn a bridge that needed a boundary instead. The Piscean influence can cloud the Martian impulse with martyrdom or victimhood. The Mercurial influence can create a story that is emotionally true but factually distorted. This is why we must not react from the center of the explosion. Our work is to stand at the edge of the forge, to witness the steam, and to wait for it to clear, just for a moment, so we can read the inscription on the blade. The practice I am going to give you is designed to do exactly this. It is a 3-day ritual of witnessing, tempering, and releasing. It is designed to help you handle the heat without getting burned. But before we get to the practice, we must be ruthlessly honest about what is being forged. We must face the unnamed thing. Let your body speak to you now. Place a hand over that spot on your chest where you feel the heat. Breathe into it. Let the noise of the world fall away. Let my voice be a current that carries you deeper into your own waters. There is a conversation you have been rehearsing in your mind for months, but the words never leave your lips. There is a feeling of no that lives in your belly, a feeling you override every single day with a smile and a forced yes. There is a name that floats into your consciousness when you are unguarded, a person whose presence or absence in your life represents a profound choice you have been unwilling to make. There is a dream, a creative impulse, a path you dismissed as impractical, childish, or impossible, that is now refusing to stay buried. It is haunting you with its beauty. Mercury and Mars in Pisces are bringing these unnamed truths to a boil. They are saying, the time for silence is over. The time for pretending is over. The time for living a life that is a beautiful, carefully constructed cage has expired. The fear, of course, is that speaking this truth will cause a cataclysm. You will lose the love, the security, the identity you have come to rely upon. You are afraid that the sword, once drawn, will be used to destroy your world. And here is the deepest reversal statement of this entire transmission. This is not a sword for destroying your world. This is a sword for cutting yourself free from the world that is destroying you. Read that again in your soul. This is not an act of aggression. It is an act of liberation. The fire of Mars is not rage in its purest form. It is the life force itself. The water of Pisces is not confusion. It is the womb of all potential. The words of Mercury are not just thoughts. They are spells that create reality. You are at a moment of profound and sacred magic. You are being handed the tools to reforge your own reality, to rewrite the contract of your own life. The discomfort you feel is the heat of this potential. It is the friction between the life you are living and the life that is waiting to be born through you. And the choice is simple. You can try to contain the steam. You can push the truth back down into the water, try to cool it off, and for a little while, it might work. But the pressure will build, and the next time it erupts, it will not be a controlled tempering. It will be a catastrophic explosion, a boiler that bursts. The other choice is to work with the energy, to become the blacksmith, to consciously engage in the tempering of your own soul, to pick up the sword, read the inscription, and choose, with courage and clarity, how you will wield it. That is the work of the next 3 days. This practice begins tonight. It requires only a few simple things: a piece of paper, a bowl of clear water, a small stone that you can hold in the palm of your hand, and your willingness to be honest with yourself in the stillness. Tonight is the night of witnessing. Before you sleep, find a quiet space where you will not be disturbed. Take the piece of paper. You will not use a pen. You will not use ink. You will dip your finger into the bowl of water, and you will use it to write the truth on the page. The unnamed thing, the conversation, the decision, the boundary, the dream. You don't have to write the whole story. Write the single word that lives at the heart of it. Leave, stay, speak, begin, end, forgive, release. Write the name of the person. Write the name of the desire. The water will be almost invisible on the page. It will look like nothing, but you will know it is there. This is a Piscean act. It is speaking the truth in a language that the soul understands, a language of water and feeling, not of hard, permanent ink. You are bringing the submerged truth to the surface, but gently. You are witnessing it without yet having to commit it to the solid world. Sit with the paper for a few moments. Feel the truth of those wet, invisible words. Feel the relief and the terror of having named it. Notice the heat in your chest. Notice the sensations in your body. Do not judge them, just witness. Then, leave the paper out overnight. By morning, the water will have evaporated. The words will be gone. But you will know they were there. The paper will be changed, as will you. The first step of alchemy has been taken. The secret has been told to yourself. Tomorrow is the second day, the day of tempering. In the evening, take the small stone you have chosen. Hold it in your hand. Feel its weight, its coolness, its solidity. This stone represents your body, your resolve, the part of you that can weather this change. Go back to the bowl of water. This time you will speak the truth aloud, in a whisper, to the stone. Hold the stone to your lips and whisper the word, the name, the decision into it. I need to leave. I have to start. I forgive you. I release you. You are infusing the stone, your anchor, with the hot, mercurial truth of your will. You are charging it with the fire of Mars. Then you will do something that mirrors the cosmos. You will plunge the blade into the water. You will drop the stone, now holding the heat of your spoken truth, into the bowl of cool, clear water. Listen for the small sound it makes. This is your personal act of tempering. You are combining the fire of your truth and the solidity of your resolve with the vast, cooling, healing waters of Pisces. You are asking for the strength to hold this truth with grace, not with aggression. You are asking for the wisdom to act, not just to react. Leave the stone in the water overnight. It is being tempered. It is absorbing the wisdom of the water, and the water is absorbing the fire of the word. The third day is the day of integration and release. This is the day the conjunction perfects. This is the day the blade is drawn from the water, cooled, strengthened, and complete. In the morning, go to your bowl. The water may seem unchanged, but it is not. The stone may look the same, but it is not. Reach in and take the stone. Hold it in your palm. It now carries the integrated energy. The truth is no longer a secret, day 1. It is no longer a hot, reactive confession, day 2. It is now a cool, solid, integrated reality that you hold in your own hand. It is a part of you. Your final task is to choose its fate. You have 2 paths. If the truth you have tempered is one you need to carry forward, to build with, to give you strength in the days to come, you will take this stone and keep it. Place it on your altar, in your pocket, by your bed. It is your touchstone, a physical reminder of the courage you forged in these 3 days. It is the hilt of your new sword. But if the truth you have tempered is about release, about forgiveness, about letting go of a story or a person or a pain, then your task is to return the stone to the earth. Take it outside. You can bury it in the soil, letting the earth compost the energy and turn it into new life. Or you can take it to a moving body of water, a river, a stream, or the ocean, and release it. As you let it go, speak the final words. The tempering is complete. I am free. You are giving the story back to the great ocean of Pisces, trusting that it will be dissolved and transformed. You are not destroying it. You are returning it to its source. This is not a game. This is a sacred technology for navigating one of the most potent and potentially volatile astrological moments of the year. To ignore this energy is to risk being scalded by the steam. To work with it consciously is to emerge with a tool of incredible power and clarity. A sword of truth tempered in the waters of soul. You will know which path is yours. Your body will tell you. Your heart, now that you have listened to it, will show you the way. The heat in your chest will not be gone by the end of these 3 days, but it will have changed. It will no longer be the anxious, pressurized heat of a boiler about to burst. It will be the steady, radiant, confident warmth of a hearth. The warmth of your own sovereign life force, finally claimed, finally honored, finally directed by the truth of who you are. You did not find this message by accident. Something in you, in that quiet, persistent voice, has been searching for this permission, this framework, this map. Something in you recognized the sound of the forge before I ever named it. You felt the water beginning to heat up. You knew something had to be said, something had to change, and you were wise enough to seek a guide. Your presence here is the first and most powerful evidence of your own courage. You are the one who showed up to the forge. So many will sleepwalk through this potent time. They will feel the irritation, the confusion, the sudden anger, and they will blame the traffic, their partner, their job. They will miss the sacred invitation that is being offered. But you will not. You have chosen to be awake. You have chosen to be the blacksmith of your own soul. That is an act of profound bravery. Do not underestimate it. In the days and weeks that follow, you will begin to wield the sword. You will have the conversation. You will set the boundary. You will write the first page of the book. You will buy the plane ticket. You will say, I love you. You will say goodbye. You will do it not from a place of reactive anger, but from a place of cool, tempered, solid truth. You will move with the authority of someone who has faced the fire and is no longer afraid of their own heat. This is the gift of Mars and Mercury in Pisces. It is the courage to speak the language of the soul. It is the power that comes when our actions are finally aligned with our deepest, most sacred truth. It is a dangerous collision, yes, but the most beautiful things are forged in danger. The strongest steel is forged in the greatest fire. The truest life is forged in the crucible of radical honesty. I want you to make a declaration, a public act of witnessing. In the space below this message, I want you to write the words, "The tempering is complete." You do not need to share your story. You do not need to explain the truth. Just this declaration. It is a signal to yourself and a signal to the universe that you have consciously accepted this alchemical process. And know this, when you write those words, you are not alone. You are standing in a circle of thousands of other souls who are also standing at their own forges, feeling their own heat, preparing to temper their own blades. Someone will read your words beneath this message, perhaps hours or days from now. And in your declaration, they will find the courage to begin their own. Your act of witnessing becomes a gift to another. This is how we hold the fire for each other. I have spent countless hours in stillness, listening to the currents of the sky, studying the ancient texts, so that I could translate this moment for you, so that the course would be clear. I do this because I believe that within each of us is a truth that, if spoken, has the power to heal not only our own lives, but the world. If this message has served you, subscribe and press the bell so that you do not miss the next transmission. We have much more work to do together. The journey does not end here. This is merely the forging of the tool. Next, we learn how to build a new world with it. Stand up from where you are. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel the spine in your back. Place your hand on your heart one last time. The fire you feel there is yours. It has always been yours. Welcome home to your own truth.